I began to drive it, and I first tried to change the oil, I found out that the oil came out thicker than honey does. Cold, hard, and in the fridge for 4 months. So appearance sake doesn't necessarily make anything so or right. We have to rather investigate it and get down to the meat of things and get down to the rock bottom nitty-gritty of it, and then we can find out what is so and what's wrong. Now, there is no agreement between what the Quran says of Christ and what the Bible says of Christ. There is no agreement.
There is agreement. Now, when you say miraculous birth, the Quran says so. When he is the word of God, the Quran says so. When you say he gave life to death, the Quran says so. What do you mean no agreement?
The Quran's whole concept is that Christ was a great prophet.
Great, mighty message.
Right. The Bible's concept is that Christ is God.
It is not Bible concept. It is your concept. Because there are other people writing the same Bible.
I sat and listened, and I want to sum this thing up.
You may say.
So, the whole point we've got to come to the Bible here is that there is no agreement in the concept of who Jesus is. Now, there may be some words in the Quran, there may be some quotations that are similar, but there is no agreement on who Jesus is. As a matter of fact, we've even got contradictions of things that Jesus did between the two. And also, you cannot say in one book that here we have lies told, and then say we accept some of those statements in the Bible, but others we don't. If a fellow was lying in part of a section, he would lie in every section. I'm not going to take his word when he lies to me one time, the next time he turns around and tells me something I don't know if it's truth or not. Now, the same basis has to be done with the Quran. If Muhammad was telling the truth in one place, and I see he's telling the truth all the way through, and I run it down through, and he's telling the truth all the way through, then I've got to believe in this truth teller, correct? But if I find him lying in one place and telling the truth in another place and lying in another place, I'm not going to believe a word he says. So shut the book and put it in the rubbish bin. But you've also got to do the same thing with the Bible. There's no agreement. You cannot say, I believe in part of the Bible some of the time, and some of it I don't believe in. That's not correct. So I want to record it, or I want to at least record it in our mental minds. But the Bible and the Quran don't agree. Because the Quran may quote some things that are in the Bible, Old Testament and New Testament. That does not mean they agree.
But the New Testament is not like the Old Testament. I gave you that verse. No man has ascended into heaven. They are contradicting the same book in a folder, in the one volume. One man says no man has ascended into heaven, and the other guy says that Elijah went up into heaven.
Now these fellows are going to have to investigate that answer.
No, but they can go see it. And they heard you that you couldn't answer that.
I read from the Quran,
yes.
And then you gave me your interpretation.
Right, I have my explanation.
Interpretation. But the Quran still said that no Jews were saved. Now, here they've got to understand that. They've got to investigate that. They can read it and see also.
Yes, no, they must.
But there's no agreement.
They must.
Let's just understand that. There's no agreement.
And Jesus said, we'll end with this. Jesus said, by the fruits you shall know them. Do men gather figs from the thistle or grapes from the thorn? Every good tree will be a good fruit, and every evil tree will be evil fruit. By the fruits you shall know them. Right. This is the test he gave to examine any would-be prophet. True or false? By the fruits you shall know them. That means there were other people coming after him. Because otherwise that would be the test.
He gave the test for everyone.
For there shall arise many false prophets, false Christ.
Don't time it too.
Right? He says, by the fruits ye shall know them. How will you know the good from the bad? By the fruits. Now, if you look at the fruit in South Africa, don't go very far. The Muslim is the most charitable person in this country. He has the lowest alcoholic consumption in the country. He has the lowest gambling rate in the country. He has the lowest prison rate in the country. He has the lowest divorce rate in the country. And he has the highest charity rate in the country. Go and examine that, these figures. And you'll find that what I'm telling you...
I'm going to make this statement.
Yes.
So did China before Mao Zedong died.
I'm talking about between you and me.
Now, Now listen to what I said.
I said South Africa.
Now
You know what I said?
you gave,
I qualified it as a South Africa.
you
You
gave
go
us
to China to find out.
You gave us proof.
You find out in South Africa.
Listen.
You have the white Christians.
Listen, you gave proof that I was.
You got the white Christians. You got the colored Christians. Look, you got the white Christians here in South Africa who are ruling the country. The most immoral people in this country.
I don't disagree.
Right. The biggest amount of drunkards, 200,000 whites, transgender. Right. The colored is 5 times better than any other race in the country. Christians. They are Christians. 5 times. For the Indians, no statistics. For the Africans, no statistics. Therefore, we can't make statistics.
I've seen you.
No, we're not. What I'm telling you is, I'm not thinking that, look, because we have no statistics, no use, we are generalizing. But the white man, we have statistics, 200,000 drunkards, 9 million in America, drunkards. Here, divorce rate, the second highest in the world among the whites. Among the coloreds, 5 times the amount of alcoholics as any other race in the country. 5 times. And they happen to be colored. The Malay in South Africa is also colored. He carries the same identity card.
I hope that's destroyed soon.
He carries the same identity card, he's colored. He looks the same as the colored. You know, physically and everything. The color and the Malay, you can't make out the difference.
Right, now what are you trying to prove?
I'm proving to you now that the Malay has got the lowest alcoholic consumption in the country. He's a colored, and the colored Christian has got the highest in the country. The only difference between the two is religion.